Horns up, welcome to Headbanger's Kitchen live here on YouTube. The title of the video pretty much explains everything. I'm bored, so ask me anything and I will answer your questions. Meanwhile, what can we talk about that is interesting to people? I've been sharing a lot of Thai food recipes of late. Just kind of went back to my back catalog because you guys know I've got like over 400 recipe videos on the channel. So I said, most people haven't seen them all, so why not give you guys a taste of what you might have missed when you were not subscribed to the channel. Having said that, I would love to know, when did you guys discover Headbanger's Kitchen? When did you start watching my videos? So I'd love to know. What has your journey with Headbanger's Kitchen been like? Hello to everyone who's just joined in. Good to see you all here. I would be super grateful if you could smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hey Chuck, hey Martin, how are you both doing? Right, so Chuck wants to know the best breakfast in Mumbai. Well, that really depends on what kind of food you're looking for. Me personally, I really don't eat breakfast outside much. I generally make breakfast at home. But there are lots of good places where you'll get really nice eggs, and I think there's one of my favorite breakfast spots would be Subco Coffee. There's a new place which I haven't been to for breakfast, but I went for lunch and it's really good. It's called Veronica's. There's also the standard, places like Woodside Inn, Jam Jar Diner. There's a place called Nutcracker, which is supposed to be really good. um, then you've got a whole bunch of places, but I would say that if you want like Indian food, then of course you can go to places like Madras Cafe, you can go to Dakshinayan, you can go to Shiv Sagar. Again, really depends what you're in the mood for. And there are lots of places across the city which I haven't ever gone to because like I said, I'm not much of a breakfast person, so I haven't really gone around looking for breakfast, especially Indian food for breakfast. So yeah, I'm actually not the best person. What does Indian women use for their hair to grow strong and fast? It must be traditional tricks. Hey Nagam, so here's the truth about most of this stuff. There is no special sauce, there are no traditional tricks. It has a lot to do with genetics, honestly. Of course, there are things you can do like, oiling your hair, washing it regularly, using products that are not harmful for it. But yeah, I think everything else that you see is largely genetic. Like, there are no tricks. It's like, why are certain people tall, or why are certain people more prone to put on weight? Some people are less prone to put on weight. Some people, it's a lot of it is genetics. Skin, nails, hair. I mean, you can take vitamins, you can eat a healthy diet. Those are all the things that you can do, but a lot of it is just genetic. Hey folks, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hey Scottish and Proud, hello Lisa, how are you? I hope the weather gets better where you are. Thank you so much, Marina. I appreciate it. Hi Lata, how are you doing? Good to see you. Right, what else is cooking? So I do have a very interesting video coming up. I've been teasing about it a bit, but we've got the first edit done. We've sent it to the client for approval. Yes, that's because I am doing my second ever sponsored video. So a lot of things are in the works right now. What's my favorite band? Well, there are just too many good bands in the world to pick one favorite, but I do love bands like Behemoth, Dimmu Borgir, Camelot, Nightwish, Blind Guardian, Soilwork, Dark Tranquility. Of course, I love the OGs of heavy metal as well. I do love Fear Factory as well. I haven't tried the Dino Cazares amp sim, but I should definitely check it out. I didn't even know he had one. So yeah, I will check it out for sure. Hello, Coloring and Doodling. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you, Offer S. I appreciate the support. And thank you guys for watching the videos and smashing that like button on them and leaving your comments. It's the first thing I actually do when I wake up in the morning after brushing my teeth. Of course, I go get myself a cup of coffee and then I sit down and read your comments on the YouTube channel. I try to reply to as many of them as possible. Yes, I do like Symphony X, but to be honest, I don't listen to them very often. I have heard some stuff, but like I said, I like it. I think they're very talented, but they've never been like a regular on my playlist. I am a coffee drinker through and through. Scottish and proud. So hey, I have my own keto ebooks which are on sale, 3 and 5 ingredient recipe books. But the hard copy cover, like the hard copy book, that is being sold, of course, but that is not like I don't make any money off that anymore because I got paid a one-time fee to write it. So when you buy it, it's great for the publisher, and I hope you buy more so that if you buy the book and they sell a lot of copies, they will maybe ask me to do another book. So yes, the book is available. All right, Mariam says, I want to start keto but no motivation. Mariam, I will tell you straightforward, don't do keto then. If you don't have the motivation to do keto, do not do keto, because here's the thing, motivation runs out. Yeah, you might be motivated tomorrow, you might be motivated for a week, you might be motivated for 3 weeks. Eventually, motivation runs out. It's like saying, I'm happy all the time. It's impossible. At some point, you are going to feel sad or some negative emotion. It's normal. It's part of human life. It's part of human nature. So my best suggestion to you, Mariam, and to other people watching, start making small, sustainable lifestyle changes. It's very simple. Make things into a habit. Why do you think about brushing your teeth in the morning? Do you need motivation to brush your teeth? Do you need motivation to go to the bathroom? You don't, right? Those are just habits you have. So why would you like rely on motivation to pick what you eat for your meals? If you try and motivate yourself to eat something, it's very hard. Like eventually at some point you'll be like, no, I can't do this. So rather than doing that, maybe make small sustainable lifestyle changes. Now what does that mean? Because most people are like, what do you mean, bro? That's so general. Very simple. Start by making small changes in what your routine is already. Now that could be eating 2 chapatis instead of 4. It could be when you eat rice for lunch, you weigh out the amount of rice you eat. It could be adding more chicken and less bread. So there are many different ways to do this. It's up to you to figure out what you can do, what you can sustain, because at the end of the day, you want to do something that you can sustain till the day you die. That's essentially what your diet is. Like basically you may do keto, lose some weight, but then what after that? Can you do keto till the day you die? Because you're going to need to do that to sustain the lifestyle. So that is my suggestion to you. Lata Clarence asks, how did I manage to maintain my weight after keto? It's very simple. I made small sustainable lifestyle changes. What does that mean for me personally? That means I try and eat the same food for lunch every day. So I eat some form of chicken, vegetables, and rice. I always try and make sure that I hit 25 to 30 grams of protein in every meal. So protein is my biggest component of my meal, and then the fats and the carbs can balance themselves out. I also eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. If snacking is a problem for you, so for me personally, I go to sleep by 11 p.m. I finish my dinner by 8:30 latest, and I don't feel the need to snack. But if you need to snack, keep low calorie snacks available to you. What does that mean? Fruits, vegetables, low calorie snacks, like maybe that low cal popcorn you get, maybe some low cal, crunchy bite things if you're a snacker. My best suggestion is to try and not snack most of the time. Try and eat satiating meals so that you don't need to snack. That's it. And go to sleep at a reasonable hour. Sleep is very important. Okay, so there's a question from, I'm sorry, I might butcher your name, Sayantani. Sayantani Datta. You have the skills for opening your own restaurant. Why don't you? You even live in the best city for it. Well, lots of reasons. For starters, I have no skills when it comes to opening a restaurant. I can cook good food, but unfortunately, opening a restaurant is the actual cooking of the food is like this much, and this is the rest of it. Because a restaurant is a business. As a business, you need to have some business sense. So you either need a partner who can do this, or you need to be able to do it yourself. It's all about numbers, about being able to maximize profit, pay your staff, give customers a good experience. I'm not very good with customers. I'm not the kind of person who's like, I can make food that is going to appeal to people, and they are going to like it, and if they don't like it, I'll change it. Because see, in Mumbai, all my favorite restaurants, they start out really good, but then they become terrible because they need to sell food, and the crowd in Bombay wants mirchi masala, so then they need to cater to that palate. So a restaurant is very complicated. Also, I may be in what you think is the best city, definitely a good city, but for me, working like anything to do with the government in this country, getting permissions, licenses, nightmare. So honestly, I'm not saying no, I'll never open a restaurant, but it would have to be somebody offering me like, hey Sahil, come and help us create a restaurant. We'll put the funds, we'll do all the maths and the logistics, but you just give us the creative cooking part. And even that, you have to standardize your recipes, then you have to make it so that the staff can cook it. Because here's the thing, if you want to make money cooking, you better make sure you're not the one who's actually cooking. Because all the big chefs who are making money with their restaurants, they are not in the kitchen cooking. Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, I mean, you name it, anyone. Like any chef who's like the head chef, kind of famous chef, they are not in the kitchen cooking that food. So my friend Jimmy, he started this burger restaurant called Jimmy's Burgers. Now when he started, he was like a one-man operation in a small little room like this, making burgers. Today he has 6 outlets, and he's not behind the stove at all, because he's running all the administrative stuff and designing new things for the menu. So he's not actually cooking your burgers. So if I open a restaurant, you're probably still not going to be eating my, like, I'm not the one making the food for you. You're just going to be eating my menu cooked by somebody else. So it's, like, it's a very different approach. For me, like, cooking is still very, it's like an art, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. All right. Is quinoa good for keto? No, quinoa is not a keto friendly ingredient, but you can include it in a low carb diet, probably not a keto diet. I'll actually just look it up. Quinoa. So quinoa, where is the nutrition of quinoa? Quinoa nutrition. Let's see if Google can give it to me. I'm still not getting it. Let's see. Okay. No, quinoa can definitely not be included on keto, because it has 39 grams of carbs per cup cooked. So if you eat half a cup of quinoa, which is a reasonable amount of quinoa in a meal, you're still looking at 17 grams of carbs, maybe 15 net carbs, which is why, yeah, I would say no to quinoa. But if you're doing low carb, you can definitely eat quinoa. And like I said earlier, guys, if you find it difficult to do keto, do low carb, do something that is sustainable, Don't deprive yourself. If you really want to eat quinoa, man, eat quinoa. Life is too short to not eat quinoa, you know. Thank you all for the kind words, I appreciate it. Yes, lots of people think Jamie Oliver can't cook. He has some good recipes, but yeah, I mean, I don't think he's as popular as he used to be like 7, 8 years ago. Legit white belt. When did you switch to using 7 string? Will you buy a 8 string ever? So I started playing the 7 in about 2013. I don't think I will ever move to an 8 because even the 7 string is a struggle for me. However, I'm still playing the 6 string with my main project, Demonic Resurrection. Alright, there's another request from Faye. Can you post budget-friendly meals for weight loss? So I started a series this year in January called Fat Loss Friday. I think that's pretty budget-friendly and it's good for weight loss. Because here's the thing, what is budget-friendly? Whose budget are we talking about? Like, okay, you answer this for me. What is a budget-friendly meal? Like, what is your shopping budget per month? Like, there are people, and again, what currency, because which country are you living in? So I know a lot of my audience is not living in India. So if I'm going outside and giving them budget meals according to Indian market rates, they'll be like, this makes no sense. Like, what I pay very little money for might be expensive in America or in the UK. Just like when I buy something here that's cheap in America, like asparagus, I pay like $13 for asparagus in India, for like good fat asparagus. But like in America, it's much cheaper, and also in America, $13 goes a long way compared to India. I'll give you an example. In America, they pay $7 for a album on iTunes. Okay, let's compare things that can actually, now we can correlate. Now $7 is what you pay for an album on iTunes. Do you know how much people in India pay for that same album? $2. That is the price difference between India and America for the same product. Also, in India, there is a huge, and when I say huge, I mean huge economic disparity between classes of people. Like that $2 may seem like nothing to most people, but like in India, most people are not even buying music, let alone like paying $2 for it. So it's a very complicated equation. And something like iTunes is something a rich person in India will use, or a well-to-do person, somebody who's like in the sort of worse off economic brackets will not even be using softwares. Like, they'll be using more local musical apps, if at all they do. So yeah, it's a very complicated system. And speaking of complication, do smash that like button on the YouTube algorithm. I don't know why that's complication or complicated. Hey Savannah Matthews, yes, I had posted bacon biryani. I think that was at a time when I didn't write down the recipes because I used to cook by feel. So if you watch the video, you can get an estimation of how much of everything to use. The videos on the channel, just look for bacon mutton biryani and you will find it. Hey Cianet, thank you so much. I'm glad you like my new album. Really appreciate all the support, and thank you to all the people on this channel who also like my music. That's such a wonderful thing for me. Hello to everyone joining in. Good to see you all here. Did I miss any of your important questions? Right. So, okay. So, I think one thing is in fact, what makes more sense is for me to tell you how to store stuff, guys. Things should largely not go bad because most foods you can freeze. Like a lot of food, people waste a lot more food than they actually need to, I feel. Like you can keep stuff in the fridge for a week. Like I cook chicken on Sunday, and I cook enough for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. It, and even if I don't eat all of it till Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like one full week, you can keep it in the fridge, no problem. If you're paranoid, put it in the freezer, take it out the day you want to eat it in the morning, you're good to go. Aaron, thank you so much. For those who don't know, Demon Stealer is my stage name or my musical avatar. Yeah, see, bell peppers is a fancy vegetable in India. Avocados are super expensive. We pay about, now I know you might think paying, well, actually we pay like $4 for like a Hass avocado. Almost. Favorite way to make sandwich wraps? I generally just buy those tortilla wraps and I just grill some chicken, some cabbage, some onions, pickled onions, sauteed cabbage, cheese, few sauces, wrap it up and eat it. I prefer sandwiches. Like my go-to is sandwiches. I can make a sandwich out of anything, mostly leftovers. Sandwiches and fried rice. Like if I have leftovers, it's either becoming a sandwich or a stir fry fried rice kind of thing. Which tortillas? So I buy normal tortillas. We get only one kind here in India. I'll tell you the brand name. Tortillas on Amazon. Let me look. Tortilla. So okay, there are two brands that I buy. One of them is called Habanero, and the other one is called Salsalito. Yeah, Salsalito. These are like the standard wraps that I buy. Tex-Mex Salsalito wrap tortilla. Literally. Hey, Deep Sleep, nice to see you. Dinesh Bojwani, hello buddy, how you doing? Favorite sandwich? I guess a simple ham and cheese sandwich is like on any day. I love it. But of course, you know, if I'm being like gourmet and all, then a brisket sandwich. Something like some of the brisket from either Smoke Culture by Steve or Cravings by Chris, some good tender brisket in some white bread with some cheese toasted on the grill. Yeah. Why use tortilla when you can use a chapati? Because I don't make chapatis at home. It's too much work. Also, chapatis like the ones you buy ready to eat from the guy down, I don't like the taste. I prefer the tortilla wrap taste to the chapati. Hi Rach Kate, how are you? Favorite nuts to eat? I actually don't like nuts and I never snack on them. But if I have to pick a nut to snack on, it will be a salted peanut. How much do you think your weekly budget is? You know what? So I don't think you should take my grocery budget for the simple reason that I don't spend money on anything. Like I don't buy stuff at all. So all my money gets spent on food because food is my career also. So I also look at it as a business expense. So if I'm buying $13 asparagus, it's because I can make a video and you know it's part of my business expense, or it's a recipe testing. So I don't think much about how much I spend on food at all, especially now. I'll be honest. But I don't know. I'd like to say I'm within 20,000 Indian rupees a month, which is, I don't know how many dollars. Let me see. About $250 a month. But you must also realize that like I will buy, like I just ordered meat worth maybe $125 or so, and that's going to last me like 6 months because I don't eat it every day. So it'll be available at some point in my fridge. Plus I also get a lot of food sent to me these days. You know, so that's the other thing. My other channel, Headbanger Eats, I'm eating a lot of food. So these days, a lot of restaurants, home chefs will send me food for free. So I'm not even cooking as much as I used to anymore, which is good and bad both at the same time, you know. Um, hey, Deep Sleep, I hope you are on the mend now. Good to hear that. What's your favorite chicken dish? My favorite chicken dish will be Hainanese chicken rice. I can eat it every day, all day, any day. Hey Kevin, thank you so much. Wow, I didn't know there was a speed dating on Bumble. Damn, that's crazy. Oh, yes, I do like tatsiki. So, Greek cuisine is not very popular in India, but we have a lot of amazing Middle Eastern places that have opened up in Bombay. So, we get some really good kebabs, some good hummus, mutabel, baba ganoush, and tatsiki also. A lot of them will have some or something like tatsiki. They'll have labne, I think, yes. Not exactly the same, but like similar. Thank you, Jan. I really appreciate your support. Much appreciated. I don't know why I do this. Never in my real life do I ever do this. I do this when I'm acting. Because, yeah, like, or if I'm meeting somebody who says namaste first. But this also is like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Normally it's like this. Thank you. Thank you. It's interesting. My favorite veg. Are we asking about my favorite vegetable or my favorite vegetarian dish? I do like quite a few vegetarian dishes. Chole bhature, pani puri, dosa, idli, vada. All dishes I like. Favorite vegetable? I think bell peppers maybe. No, I think well, mushrooms are a fungus, so I don't think mushrooms will count. Okay, favorite dish. Well, it varies, but I've been eating a lot of chole bhature recently and a lot of pani puri. I also love dosa. I can eat dosa anytime. Though I have a tendency to make ham and cheese dosas, but like a good cheese dosa with aloo bhaji is amazing. Really, really delicious. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Um, so I have this thing where I like watch people on and off. You know, like right now, who am I watching? I need to check my homepage to see who I'm watching a lot of Shark Tank on YouTube right now. I don't know why. I'm just constantly watching Shark Tank clips. Um, I do like. I'm trying to find out who I'm watching. I watch a lot of cooking on YouTube. I used to watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay, Munchies, Eater, all these things. These days, I watch a lot of that guy can cook. I think Guga. Guga is one of my favorite YouTubers for sure. Max the Meat Guy also. Um, my issue is I feel like the core, and this is not their fault. The core of their content, which is what made them sort of popular. That's my favorite stuff. Now everything is becoming gimmicky and like too, like it's because like they have to do stuff, so they're like just going sort of. I mean, I think Max the Meat Guy and Guga haven't gone like really totally crazy, but like some of the stuff that like I used to like watching Nick DiGiovanni, which he was fun when he was doing recipes, but once he started doing those challenges of like Guinness Book of World Records and all, I kind of tuned out then. Yeah. Shark Tank India, no, the American Shark Tank. Have I done any challenges? Yes, I have done like a gazillion challenges on the channel. I've done vegan, carnivore, fruit, boiled chicken for a week. I've done like, you name it, I've done it. Prison diet, no, not prison diet. Military diet, potato diet, egg fast. All these are in the vlog section. Sorted food I used to watch when they started out. Then they just moved out of my they stopped showing up on my homepage. Any plans for keto stuff in the future? Hey Andre, unfortunately no. I have closed the keto chapter in my life. I don't think there will be any more keto stuff from me in the future, yeah, I'm done, man. Like, I'm going to be doing some more cooking stuff for sure. Like, I think for me, keto is done. Cooking is kind of where it's going forward. Different and interesting cooking series. So one of the things I want to do is take you guys across India, not physically because I don't plan to travel or anything, but through my kitchen. I would like to take you guys through India, Uh, so yeah, I'd like to take you across India, introduce you to different foods, things that you may have never thought of or heard of, and kind of do some fun challenges. Like, I did this thing called bacon tadka, where I took popular Indian dishes and I added bacon to them and made it fun and had people come and taste the food and give their feedback on it. So that's where I'm headed, I think, food wise. Hey Gina, I have watched Uncle Roger. And I'll be honest, like, some of his stuff I find funny, some of his stuff it's a hit or miss with me. Again, I think, like, a lot of these funny YouTubers, they're really funny when they start, but then, like, now it's like I got to keep up with the algorithm, so I just got to churn out. And I understand, I have done that myself. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so I understand the pressures of it. Like, how much can you do the same routine? You have to, like, change it up and things like that. So yeah. Ooh, what is the most underrated Indian food that Westerners don't know about? Definitely black sesame pork from the northeastern part of India. Also the pork porridge called galo. Definitely two of my favorite things that I've eaten over there. And definitely, forget underrated, it's not even on the radar for most people. Yeah, malai kofta recipe can be done for sure, and I think it will show up as well. Definitely. DMS, yeah, makes sense. Look, everyone's got to figure out what diet works for them. So yeah. Oh, nice. The journey of sort of showing you guys Indian food is going to be a learning experience for me as well, because honestly, my knowledge of Indian food is not that great either, because I've never been interested in Indian food. A large portion of that is because it's been spicy and I don't like spice, so I've never wanted to explore the food because I'm always. And speaking of spice, the next video that I put out, you guys, I think I will not say anything more, but let's just say me and Spice are going to battle it out. Have you tried smoked pork with fermented bamboo shoot and black sesame seeds? Are you talking about akuni? Because if that is it, then yes. Is there much Vietnamese food in your area? Not much. There are about 2 Vietnamese restaurants, and there are about 4 or 5 places that are doing banh mi sandwiches, but they're not doing it very well. There's only like 1 or 2 places that do a good, actually there's one place that does a good banh mi in this city. The thing is, a lot of food in Bombay has to be sort of Indianized to suit the local palate. So I don't enjoy that. So for me, that's why a lot of these foods don't hit the mark, Am I a trained chef? No, I am not. I'm just a glorified home cook. And yeah, I'm so impatient and excited to put out the new video. Why can't next week come sooner, right? Anyway, till the next video comes, please keep watching all the older videos that you may have missed. Like I said, there are about 600 recipes on the channel. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate it. I mean, I have been cooking since I was like 11 or 12 years old. You know, I always loved to eat good food, and I was a picky eater, and I'm also a control freak. Like, if I don't do it, whoever else is gonna do it is not gonna do a good enough job. So that's me. Hey Marina, good to see you too. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you all for being here and chatting with me and spending your time with me. I was really bored today. Like, it's one of those days where I don't even want to sit and watch Netflix or like some TV show. I tried to watch a few shows, but I was just so bored. And so my wife Dipti, she's doing an online German class now. So I was like, I have an hour to kill before we have dinner. So why not just chat with you guys and yeah, see how it goes. Call you in. Why not? Hey Poo Ninja, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the new album. Do you do all the cooking at home? Well, so when I was living with my parents, we had a cook who would come and cook lunch for everyone except me because I need to cook my own food. And then a lot of times I would cook dinner and my mom, dad, and Dipti would all eat. Since we moved here, where we live on our own, just Dipti and me, I do all my cooking. Dipti is not the biggest fan of what I eat for lunch. She likes to eat Indian food for lunch. So she orders a lot of the times. We tried having a cook, but it's a little difficult to manage. And dinner, most of the time she'll eat what I'm eating. Or if she doesn't like what I'm eating, she'll order. So it's we just take it as it goes. Sometimes, and like I said, now since I've been focusing a lot on my other channel, Headbanger Eats, a lot of restaurants and home cooks send me food. So there's a lot of extra food in the house sometimes. So yeah. Hi Derek, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I think the vinyls only get pressed and shipped out in June because vinyls are like, it's like, I don't know, there's like a insane wait list for vinyls, and the shopping and the shipping times are like all haywire, and like all the labels are struggling to get them printed on time. So I think by June they will be printed and shipped. Any issues, please contact the record label Black Lion Records. They'll help you out for sure. And once again, thank you for listening to the music. I really appreciate it. Andrew Price. Hey Andrew, I've got a whole bunch of those videos on the channel, so you can take my Keto for Beginners series. So if you're doing keto and you can take the Keto for Beginners series, you can use my Fat Loss Friday, which you can convert to keto if you're doing keto. Similarly, if you're not doing keto, you can still use the Keto for Beginners meal plan ideas. So just adjust to your personal diet. I also have something called Meal Plan Monday, where I give you a meal plan again. So watch that series as well. There should be at least 25 videos in total giving you all these different meal plans. So Jan, in India, we don't have DoorDash. We have different apps. So we have something called Swiggy and we have something called Zomato. So those are our equivalent of DoorDash, I guess. Hey Kevin, that's awesome. I hope you enjoyed the bacon bomb. Okay, so how do I think AI will affect music in the future? Honestly, man, like it's just going to make basically what AI will do in every industry. It will allow somebody who has no knowledge of a particular skill set to still create music. So if you are creative, you will be able to create music without hiring people. So for example, I think Hans Zimmer, like he's a composer, like he doesn't actually play all the stuff on his soundtracks, right? Similarly, producers like Rick Rubin, they don't actually play anything, they guide the musicians, right? Like they have the creative idea, but the musicians kind of allow them, like they kind of guide the musicians to a certain point. What does AI do now? Back in the day, even if you wanted to record your music, you needed a producer. AI is just an advancement of that, right? Like at some point, technology evolved where getting a killer drum sound, programming drum patterns, bass patterns, auto tuning voice, creating fake choirs with words like the choir today on your VST instruments. You can type in, say they want to sing my name Sahil, and the choir will sing Sahil. You can program the notes. AI just makes this process easier. So as a guitar player, I can write a song and I can tell AI, please play the drums and the guitar and the bass for me, and it will allow me to create a song without having to learn drum programming, without having to buy a bass guitar and record that. So what it does, and this is the same for art, for writing, for any industry where AI can be used, AI just becomes a tool that the end user can use. So for example, I am a designer, and this happened with one of my thumbnails. I'm a designer. Now I'm creating a thumbnail for Headbangers Kitchen. Let's say I needed to get a bottle of pills in the thumbnail. Now I could be a photographer and take a stock picture of this. I could go to a stock image library and buy a photograph that somebody else took of this. Or I could bypass all of that and just get AI to generate a unique image like this. And then I can use that in creating my image. So what AI does is it reduces like the number of steps to get to a certain point. That's literally all it does. So here's the other thing, like I didn't even know this. Suppose I am not a great editor. Now an editor might charge me $100, $200, $300, $400 to do a professional edit on, say, a podcast I record, like a video podcast. Now there's an AI software that if I just line up all the cameras in my software, the AI will actually cut and edit the whole thing. AI will help me save money, which will in turn allow me to do something else. So all these things. Tomorrow, I can actually train AI to learn how to make my voice. And the next time when I finish writing out a recipe, instead of me taking half an hour to record a voiceover, I just put it in AI and AI spits out the whole voiceover in my voice. AI can do all that. And that saves me an hour of my time where I can go and do something else. So AI is basically a tool that's going to just make life easier for a lot of different things. Of course, like with good things in life, there come bad things as well. And, that's going to be the real challenge. So, yeah. Yeah, Kevin, that makes sense. I mean, like, again, there are a lot of things AI cannot do. And even, articles that are written by writers will have a personality. So, I think that's really what's going to happen. Like people are going to have to bring their personality to their craft, and they're going to use AI from a utility standpoint. Just what I think. Ooh, there's a lot of talk about AI. My jaw is hurting from all the talking. When are you coming to America? So let me check what the current wait time is. Current wait time for US visa from India. Oh, US visa. Oh, fantastic. So if I want to come to the United States as a tourist, I have to wait for 332 days for my application to be reviewed. So if I were to make an application and submit it today, 1 year approximately from now, I'll get an interview. And if I clear that interview and I get a visa, then I can think about coming. So I don't know when. I mean, I really want to, just for the food, because the food is insane. Like, so yeah, we'll look into it. Honestly, like, my priority in life right now is to kind of, like, in terms of traveling to the US and Europe, I want to travel with either a band from here or go there and have a makeshift band and be able to tour across both continents. That's my goal. Hopefully by 2025 we can make it happen, if not 2024. That's the dream. So yeah. By the way, once again, thank you to all of you for being, all of you, yeah, okay, I didn't fuck that up. Oops. Thank you to all of you for being here on the live stream. I greatly appreciate you spending almost an hour with me jibber jabbering here. I think my wife's class is almost over. Might be a good time now to kind of go and start getting dinner ready, which is, well, I have to go see what's in the fridge. I think I'll be eating some chicken and broccoli, which I'm pretty sure Dipti is not going to eat. What? Which I'm pretty sure Dipti is not going to want to eat. So she might order something. Kevin, that's pretty interesting. I should definitely look into that. So yeah, you guys all have a lovely day. Thank you once again for being here. Make sure you smash the like button on this video before leaving and go and watch as many Headbangers Kitchen videos as you can. I'll be back next week with a brand new video, and I promise you it will be worth the wait. Once again, thank you, good night, and take care. Bye.